You need to personally have this idea. Okay, there's a path. I see the path. I understand how to do it. I have the resources available for me to accomplish even one step.
How did you manage to, one, pick the right path, if there's a right path, right? How is it the right path for you? But then I think the hardest part is, how do you make it lucrative? Because I think any trade could be lucrative. I think that's the main thing. So how did you pick your right path and then make that lucrative?
I was fortunate enough, like I said, through my experiences with my mentor, I was able to walk out of that experience with a lot of the things that I necessarily needed to build the same exact business. I wasn't left not knowing how to move forward. I knew how to move forward. So the thing that I knew how to do was to build a product to bring to market. That's just what I knew. I knew how to understand the market, the real estate market. I knew how to analyze what a property should sell for. Even though it was a development business, I had built a little construction company inside of it, which it's a little unusual even to this day to have a little construction company inside of it and then to have a little subcontracting company inside of that. It's unusual. It's not common. That was the main thing I knew how to do. I knew how to source property. I knew how to quantify what that cost would be. And I knew that not only from myself, I knew from the market what I can sell that for and what that would come out to. And I knew that I can produce a business like that. So I went into development when I did, because that was really the only thing I knew how to do. I didn't know how to be a contractor. I didn't know how to focus on a trade. The trade that I focus on the subconstruction is landscape and hardscape. It happened to be that it was just the most exciting for me, the one that I felt most connected to. And it happened to be that the laborers that I was hiring knew those trades. I think that when people have the path, a vision of the path in front of them, there's a very easy decision that they can make. Okay, I understand that I can go this way. Some people see it as sales. Some people see it as production. Some people see it however they see it. But if they can see the path in front of them, where they need to take the next step to, and that's the biggest thing. They need to be able to see that path. If I told you today, you can start a development company, go, you're going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like how? And I can even potentially lay out the steps for you. Go on Zillow, find a property for sale. Find out what the property next door sold for. Find out what the house down the street that looks, nice and clean sold for. I can tell you all these things. And then you're going to go, okay, but like, where do I start? You need to personally have this idea. Okay, there's a path. I see the path. I understand how to do it. I have the resources available for me to accomplish even one step. Okay, now I know how to buy a property. Great. Now you got to figure out, how do you put equity into it? Sweat equity, money equity, whatever it is, right? How do I build the value of that property? Okay, great. Now you've learned that skill. Where do you go next? Where do you go next? Where do you go next? If you can have the ability to see the path, it doesn't matter whether it's plumbing, electrical, HVAC, general construction. The lucrative side of it is all business. It's all sales. And the truth is, it doesn't matter what you're selling. If you're selling and you're selling it correctly, you're going to make money. And people have different ideas of how that is. There's volume dealers, there's quality dealers. There's so many different ways to go about and do it, but it all comes down to sales. I always tell people, and they're like, how do I make money? Sell $250 of something a day. Not that hard. You can sell one $250 thing or sell 10 $25 things. I think we all make fun of plumbers because they have a shitty job. But I would tell you that overall, plumbers make the most money because they have the easiest service-oriented business. They can come in and spend an hour, and if they got 8 hours in the day, they can make $800 in a day, easy. The electricians probably next on the list, right? Maybe they'll make more per hour, but they don't have as many calls, and so on, right? Like the trades, just it's so different. HVAC probably makes a killing just from swapping out a filter. There's so many service elements to it that you can make a ton of money just from services. And then forget about the actual building, like forget about the contractors who charge me, the whole new service systems, and oh my God, like the colleges and the amount of money that they spend on these things, it's incredible. There's so many opportunities available for trades that are not computer oriented. They're not accounting oriented. They're not law oriented. They're trade oriented. You need skill. as long as you can see the opportunity, and again, sometimes people need that mentor. Sometimes people need to show them the path, and that's what the mentor is for, right? If you can see a little bit of the path, but you can't see the whole thing, the mentor has usually been through that path, so they can lead you correctly.